Have you ever felt a subtle nudge from the universe, a strange confluence of events, or an inexplicable pull towards another soul, making you wonder if something larger, something more profound is at play? We often long for signs, for a sense that our path, especially in matters of deep human connection, is not entirely random, that perhaps the universe itself conspires to bring certain people into our lives. What if these aren't just fanciful notions? What if, as the pioneering psychologist CARL Jung suggested, the universe, understood as both the vast cosmos and the equally vast depths of our own unconscious, does send us signals, subtle but potent, when a connection is pivotal for our soul's journey? Today, we explore a captivating idea that if the universe or the deep wisdom of your own self wants you to be with someone, it will indeed introduce you through signs you might not immediately realize. We will delve into Jung's profound philosophy to understand these signs, not as magical portents, but as deep psychological and experiential indicators that arise from the very core of our being and the mysterious web of life. This is an invitation to listen more closely to the whispers of your own soul and the subtle poetry of existence, to learn how life itself might be guiding you towards connections that are essential for your growth and your destiny. When we speak of the universe sending us signs, especially in matters as profound as soul-level connections, it's tempting to imagine an external entity, a cosmic matchmaker pulling strings from afar. But Carl Jung, with his profound understanding of the psyche, invites us to also look within, to discover a universe equally vast and powerful, residing in the depths of our own being. For Jung, the ultimate guiding force, the true universe within, is what he termed the self. This is not our everyday ego, our conscious I, but the archetype of wholeness, the central organizing principle of our entire psyche, encompassing both the conscious and the vast unconscious. The self is like an inner sun, constantly radiating a quiet wisdom, nudging us towards individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming the unique, complete individual we are meant to be. This self orchestrates its guidance largely through the unconscious, a realm far richer and more intelligent than a mere repository of forgotten memories. It's a dynamic, creative wellspring, connected to the collective unconscious, a shared inheritance of human experience, symbols, and archetypal patterns. Think of the unconscious, then, not as a dark basement, but as a vast, unseen orchestra, with the self as its conductor, composing the symphony of our lives, often with movements and melodies our conscious mind only gradually comes to appreciate. This resonates in a way with the Stoic concept of the logos, that divine reason or inherent order woven into the very fabric of existence. When our inner self aligns with this greater cosmic intelligence, a profound harmony can emerge. So, when we ask if the universe wants us to be with someone, from this Jungian Stoic perspective, we are truly asking if our deepest self, in its drive for wholeness and alignment with a greater order, is guiding us towards a connection that is essential for our psychological and spiritual growth. This wanting is not arbitrary. It is the soul's deep yearning for experiences and relationships that will help it unfold, heal, and become more fully itself. The signs that emerge, therefore, are often the subtle language of this inner universe, the quiet music of the unconscious, guiding us towards those encounters that our deepest being knows we need. One of the most intimate and often enigmatic ways the universe within, our deeper self, communicates its guidance, particularly concerning connections that stir the soul, is through the language of our dreams and the emergence of recurring symbols. Carl Jung considered dreams to be invaluable messengers from the unconscious, offering direct insights into our inner landscape, our unresolved conflicts, and the path of our individuation. When a particular relationship is pivotal for our growth, or when the psyche is preparing us for a significant encounter, our dream world often becomes a vibrant theater reflecting these stirrings. You might find a specific person or an archetypal figure representing them appearing with unusual frequency or emotional intensity in your dreams. These dream figures may not be literal depictions, but symbolic representations carrying crucial messages about what this connection means for your soul's journey. Perhaps your dreams begin to revolve around themes of partnership, of searching for a lost counterpart, of facing challenges in union, or of discovering a hidden treasure alongside another. These are not mere random firings of neurons. Jung believed they are purposeful expressions of the unconscious working to bring something vital to your awareness. Beyond the narrative of dreams, the self may also communicate through recurring symbols that begin to appear insistently in your inner or even outer life just as you are contemplating or entering a new connection. A particular animal, a specific number, a geometric shape, or a mythological motif might suddenly take on a personal resonance, its appearance heralding or highlighting the unique energetic signature of this unfolding relationship. Why do we often not recognize these as signs? Because the language of dreams and symbols is not the direct, logical language of the ego. It is poetic, metaphorical, deeply personal, and requires a willingness to listen with a different kind of ear, a more intuitive heart. Furthermore, the ego, with its own agenda and fears, may actively resist or dismiss these subtle messages from the deep. Yet, by paying gentle, respectful attention to our dream life, by journaling our dreams, by reflecting on the symbols that capture our imagination, we open ourselves to a profound source of inner guidance. This isn't about superstitious interpretation, but about engaging in a dialogue with the wisdom of our own unconscious, which is often trying to show us the path and the companions essential for our becoming. Beyond the subtle whispers of dreams and symbols, the universe within, our deeper self, often announces a significant encounter with a far more palpable, emotionally charged signal, a profound and often inexplicable resonance with another individual. This isn't a mild liking or disliking. It's a powerful, almost magnetic pull, or sometimes an equally potent repulsion that seems to operate beneath the surface of conscious reasoning. Carl Jung taught us that such intense emotional reactions are frequently hallmarks of psychological projection, specifically involving our shadow or our anima-animus archetypes. When we encounter someone who instantly triggers a disproportionate sense of irritation, judgment, or even deep-seated animosity, it can be a sign from the self that this person is mirroring a disowned, unacknowledged part of our own shadow. We don't realize it, of course. The feeling seems entirely justified by their perceived flaws. Yet the intensity itself is the self's urgent invitation to look within, to recognize and begin integrating that rejected aspect of our own being. Conversely, and perhaps more commonly associated with the idea of a soulmate, is the electrifying experience of projecting our anima, the inner feminine in a man, or animus, the inner masculine in a woman. When we encounter someone who instantly triggers a disproportionate sense of irritation, judgment, or even deep-seated animosity, it can be a sign from the self that this person is mirroring a disowned, unacknowledged part of our own shadow. We don't realize it, of course. The feeling seems entirely justified by their perceived flaws. Yet, the intensity itself is the self's urgent invitation to look within, to recognize and begin integrating that rejected aspect of our own being. Conversely, and perhaps more commonly associated with the idea of a soulmate, is the electrifying experience of projecting our anima, the inner feminine in a man, or animus, the inner masculine in a woman. Suddenly, someone appears to embody all our deepest ideals of partnership, of completeness, of soul-deep understanding. The feeling is one of instant recognition, of having found a missing half. This intoxicating connection, this profound emotional resonance, is a powerful sign, a clear indication that this person carries immense psychological significance for us. Again, we usually don't realize the extent to which this is an introduction to our own inner world. The self, in its drive for wholeness, uses these projections to bring us face to face with the qualities of our own soul image that we need to develop and integrate within ourselves. The initial overwhelming feeling is a call to engage not just with the other person, but with the parts of our own psyche they have awakened. Whether through the challenging mirror of the shadow or the captivating allure of the anima animus, these intense emotional resonances are the universe's way of shouting for our attention, signaling that a connection has arrived that holds the potential for profound self-discovery and a crucial step forward on our path of individuation. Beyond the inner echoes of dreams and the potent charge of projections, the universe within has an even more mysterious and often awe-inspiring way of signaling a pivotal connection through the unmistakable current of synchronicity. Carl Jung coined this term to describe those remarkable moments when an event in the outer world meaningfully coincides with an inner psychological state, a thought, an image, a feeling, without any apparent causal link. It's when the seemingly random tapestry of life suddenly reveals an intricate hidden pattern, a meaningful chance that speaks directly to our soul. These are not everyday coincidences that can be easily dismissed. True synchronistic events often carry a numinous quality, a sense of profound significance that resonates deep within us, leaving us with the undeniable feeling that something larger is at play. When the self, our inner guiding intelligence, is introducing us to someone who will be crucial for our individuation, our journey towards wholeness, it may orchestrate a series of such meaningful alignments. Perhaps you find yourself unexpectedly encountering the same person in different, unlikely places. Maybe a book you randomly pick up, a song you hear, or a conversation you overhear directly mirrors a unique quality or a deep inner theme related to this individual, or to the very nature of the connection that is beginning to form. You might dream of a specific symbol, only to have that person present you with an object bearing that exact image the next day. The without you realizing aspect is particularly potent here because we are not consciously creating these external events. We are simply living our lives, perhaps more aligned with our true path after periods of inner work, and suddenly the outer world seems to collaborate, to conspire, to bring forth encounters and information that feel perfectly, almost supernaturally timed. This is the self, or the universe within, working through the acausal connecting principle, weaving threads of meaning between our inner world and the outer reality. These synchronicities act as guideposts, as affirmations, suggesting that we are on the right path and that the person who appears within this web of meaning is not an accidental tourist in our lives, but a fellow traveler, a significant other whose arrival is harmonized with the deeper music of our unfolding destiny. Recognizing that the universe within, our deepest self, communicates through dreams, potent emotional resonances, and the subtle currents of synchronicity is a profound awakening. Yet, this awakening comes with a crucial responsibility, the art of heeding these signs wisely. The language of the soul is rarely literal. It is symbolic, deeply personal, and often veiled. To approach these subtle guidances with naive literalism or an overeager desire for a specific outcome can lead us astray into the realms of wishful thinking or even superstition. The ego, with its own powerful desires and anxieties, is remarkably adept at co-opting these experiences, interpreting every fleeting coincidence or intense attraction as definitive proof that this is the one, or that a particular external event must happen. Therefore, Carl Jung, and indeed the Stoic sages, would urge us towards profound self-reflection and discernment. Keeping a journal of dreams, synchronicities, and powerful emotional encounters can be an invaluable tool, not for fortune-telling, but for observing patterns over time, for noticing recurring themes, and for understanding what these signs might be reflecting about our own inner state and our ongoing process of individuation. What unresolved aspects of your shadow are being stirred? What qualities of your anima or animus are you projecting? What is the self truly nudging you towards in terms of your own growth and healing? The Stoic practice of examining our impressions is vital here. When a sign appears, we must pause, apply reason, and question our initial interpretation. Is this truly a meaningful connection pointing towards something larger, or is it my own longing, my own fear, my own complex coloring my perception? We must remember the dichotomy of control. We do not control whether or how a specific person is meant for us, nor can we force the timing of life's unfoldings. What we do control is our own inner work, our commitment to becoming more whole, more virtuous, more authentically ourselves. The signs are often less about predicting a specific external future and more about guiding our internal integration. The ultimate aim is not to passively wait for fate to deliver a soulmate, but to become the kind of person who is ready for a deep, authentic, growth-oriented connection. This means doing the inner work these signs illuminate. It means integrating what they reveal and then, with a certain Stoic acceptance and Jungian trust in the self's larger wisdom, not forcing fate. We heed the signs by focusing on our own becoming, trusting that as we grow in wholeness, the connections that are truly meant for our soul's journey will find their way to us in their own perfect time, often when we are least doing and most truly being. Our exploration has taken us into the heart of a deeply human question. Can the universe, can a wisdom greater than our conscious minds truly guide us towards those souls with whom we are meant to journey? Through the profound lens of CARL Jung's philosophy, we've discovered that the universe within, the self, the vast unconscious, indeed speaks to us, often in subtle, symbolic language, sending signs that can illuminate our path to pivotal connections. We've seen how the echoes in our dreams and recurring symbols can be whispers from this deeper knowing. We've explored how profound emotional resonances born from the projection of our shadow or our anima or animus act as powerful, if often challenging, introductions to crucial aspects of our own becoming, often mirrored or catalyzed by another. And we've touched upon the mysterious, unmistakable current of synchronicity, where meaningful coincidences align to suggest a path being woven by an unseen hand, bringing resonant souls into our orbit. Yet, we've also acknowledged the vital importance of heeding these signs wisely, with discernment, self-reflection, and a commitment to our own integration, avoiding the pitfalls of wishful thinking or passive expectation. The introductions orchestrated by the universe are rarely about delivering a flawless, pre-packaged soulmate to our doorstep. More often, they are sacred invitations to deeper self-knowledge, to the courageous work of individuation, to becoming more whole, more authentic, more truly ourselves. The people brought to us through these signs are often catalysts, mirrors, and fellow travelers who challenge us, support us, and help us to grow in ways we could not achieve alone. Therefore, trusting your inner compass is not about relinquishing your discernment, but about learning to listen to the symphony of signals arising from both your inner world and the outer tapestry of life. It's about understanding that the most profound connections are often those that serve the soul's deepest purpose: to evolve, to love more fully, and to become who we are truly meant to be. As you walk your path, may you cultivate the quiet awareness to recognize these sacred appointments, the courage to engage with them authentically, and the wisdom to know that you are always, in some profound way, being guided towards the connections your soul most deeply needs for its beautiful, ongoing unfolding.